Welcome to Chicken Shack. How may I pleasure you? Yeah, man, what's up? Can I just get a chicken sandwich? Sure. How about some white meat chicken nuggets with that too? No. I'm good. And also, why are you saying white chicken nuggets like that? Why? Is something wrong with that? Something wrong with being white? No, there's nothing wrong with. But why are you saying it like that? Oh, what are you gonna go call the ambulance, you woke loser? I'm sorry, our white meat chicken nuggets are so pure. You wanna get them, or are you gonna go to Twitter and complain about it? Dude, are you trying to gaslight and insult me into buying chicken nuggets? I mean, is it working? Just give me the sandwich. Folks, every so often, one can notice the meta change. From skinny jeans to baggy jeans. From wired earbuds to AirPods. From hydro flasks to Stanley cups. And now apparently, after 1,000 years of the meta of advertising being that you need to try and convince people to buy something.
Say hello to the Pillow Pets.
It's a pillow. It's a pet. It's a pillow pet.
Now the meta is you try and piss people off into buying something.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Yes, today we're going to be talking about rage bait marketing, which is truly the social media late stage capitalism final boss of this hellscape we all inhabit. Rage bait marketing, which combines two of your favorite things. Rage bait, which is online content which deliberately provokes anger or outrage in order to gain attention. And marketing, how your favorite corporation gets you to slam that order button like you're a 75-year-old divorcee at the slot machines. Does it work? Yes. Is it ethical? What are you, a fucking narc? Who cares about ethics or like humanity anymore? We're trying to hustle genes here, people, okay? Get with the program. As a matter of fact, I'll even help you get with the program. But before I do, I'm gonna help you find the doctor that's right for you. Because today's video is sponsored by ZocDoc. Folks, as someone who's had to move around a lot in my adult life, trying to find a good doctor in a new city is one of the most frustrating things I've ever experienced. I mean, you search up dermatologists near me, you get like 900 names, each that have like 2 reviews each. By page 7 of the search results, you just say whatever, pick a random name, call their office, only to find out that the next available appointment they have is in April of 2037. Which is why a long time ago I decided to skip all the hassle and start using the sponsor of today's video, ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free website where you can easily search and compare high-quality in-network doctors so you can find the right doctor for you. Whether you're looking for someone in-network, close by, or with specific appointment times, ZocDoc helps you quickly find a doctor that fits your needs. No guesswork and no time wasted picking up the phone. Plus, with tons of verified patient reviews and detailed doctor profiles, you can get a real sense of the provider before you even step foot into their office. And by far, the best part is that you can actually see the doctor's next available appointments online. Choose a time that works for you and click to instantly book a visit. And that's it. Just like that, you could have an appointment with a doctor you trust within 24 to 72 hours of booking, rather than an appointment in, April of 2037. And as I've mentioned before on this channel, I've actually been going through the process of getting a lot of my acne scars removed, which has been something that's been on my mind for years. But I actually found the dermatologist that's taking me through that process on ZocDoc. And she's the best. She listened to exactly what I wanted, the areas of concern I have, and we came up with a plan that's right for me. And now my skin has never been clearer. And ZocDoc isn't just for dermatologists. They have more than 100,000 providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skincare, and much more. And again, it's completely free to use. So don't put those doctor's appointments off any longer. Go to ZocDoc.com/marcinsco or use the link below to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Thanks again to ZocDoc for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. You see, here's the reality that nobody is prepared to confront yet, which is that nothing is real anymore, okay? We now live in a post-truth society paired with an outrage and scam-based economy. In yesteryear, if you wanted to sell something, you put an ad in the newspaper or on television, and there was a monopoly of attention in those formats. Sure, you could flip channels, but if you didn't want to miss a second of that Ben 10 episode, chances are you're sitting through that Bionicle commercial. I was a cartoons kid, you can probably tell. But the point is, there is no such monopoly on attention anymore. Social media trends are moving at like 800 miles an hour, and even if you are watching traditional media, like a TV show, you're probably doing it like on a streaming service, which doesn't have ads. Or if it does have ads, then you're just scrolling TikTok while the ads are playing. As a matter of fact, you're probably scrolling TikTok while the show is playing too, but that's a story for a different time. Companies can't reach you guys with like a 30-second ad anymore. What is it, 1800? They need to be in your feed, in your life. So they're gonna engage influencers, people you trust, to try and sell you shit. They're gonna try and sell you a lifestyle to make you feel rich, even though you're broke. And apparently if that stops working, they're just gonna try and piss you off. Because you can scroll away from an ad or a sponsored post, but you can't scroll away from discourse. So let's talk about some discourse. A couple weeks ago, Elf Cosmetics, a cosmetics brand, but you probably already knew that, rolled out a new ad campaign featuring none other than comedy's very own Matt Rife. Matt Rife, Fancy Squidward himself, the terror of TikTok.
Hey man, what's your name?
I'm Jerome.
Your name is Jerome. Oh my God. Bro, you do not look like a Jerome, dude. I mean, you look like an Albert. You know what I mean?
The guy who's mainly known for fostering a 90% female audience and then crashing out on them to be, quote, for the boys. Yes, comedy that's for the boys, which apparently means rolling out a special where the first joke you do is about domestic violence. And that's really what he's known for at this point. I'm not just trying to be an asshole. Actually, I kind of am trying to be an asshole, but But that's his claim to fame at this point. A cringe interview, a terrible special, and some of the worst podcast clips you'll ever see in your life.
Don't love a giant clip. I don't want to look down and feel like God left a tag on you.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get demonetized just for playing that, but just keep that image of him in your mind as we watch this full Elf Cosmetics advertisement.
Hey girl, has overpriced beauty hurt your wallet?
Elf that.
Alfino and Schmarns have gone to Elf Court for millions of clients, helping them to access beauty products they deserve at prices that won't injure their livelihoods.
Just ask the elfing people.
I know a thing or two about red flags, and pricey makeup, you deserve better than that.
You may be entitled to benefits.
Let's get you those eyes, lips, funds.
Find out what your case and face are really worth.
Call us at 1-855-COLD-HARD-LASH.
That's 1-855-265-34.
273-2274.
How people gonna remember that?
Well, here's a number you can remember. $9.
Alfino and Schwartz, affordable beauty attorneys. We'll win the elfing case for your eyes, lips, and face. Call 1-855-265-3427322774.
Call me.
Okay, so here's the problem. Again, and this is where a lot of you miss the forest for the trees. See, to me, the problem with Matt Rife's comedy is not that his jokes are too inappropriate, it's that they're not funny. And the problem with this Matt Rife ad is not just that it has Matt Rife in it, it's that the ad is atrocious. It's a terrible ad. Again, this is supposed to be for makeup, and I have no idea what the I just watched. I feel like I just had a stroke for a minute. Like, who is this for? It's Matt Rife next to Heidi in Closet, a drag queen who are doing a spoof legal commercial for Alfino and Schmarns. And they also did an in-person pop-up event in New York City, which thank God Matt Rife didn't go to that one. It was just a Heidi solo event, or maybe honestly he was slated to appear and they pulled him after the backlash. I don't know. But the point is, this was always going to be a questionable creative concept. It was going to take a skilled team to pull this one off. But of course, we don't have a skilled team at work here. We have a team of internet trolls masquerading as an advertising agency. Because would it shock you? Would you call me a conspiracy theorist if I were to tell you that the agency that put this ad together is the same agency that did the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle jeans commercial? And the agency is literally named Shadow. It's a creative agency with the same name as a Batman villain, and I think the shoe fits. Because the point of this ad was never the weird legal spoof, it was to piss you off. And I know that the point was to piss you off, because it is inconceivable that you could book Matt Rife for an ad campaign without knowing his controversies. And again, I'm not saying the guy should be canceled or whatever, or cancel culture, blah, blah, blah. It's that he's a terrible fit for the campaign. You might as well have just brought in Joe Rogan to sell your makeup. Honestly, at least that would have been funny. I mean, you could put some moisturizer on that bald head, send him out with the drag queen. Do you hate overpriced beauty products as much as I do? But I know this was rage bait. I know what the plan was. The plan was to have the domestic abuse jokes guy next to the black drag queen, and then when people inevitably get mad at you, you go, Well, elf's for everybody. Wow, so do you oppose drag queens as well? Because there was a drag queen in the advertisement as well. That's how insensitive you are, huh? You want to take away opportunities from a drag queen because you want to cancel a comedian. I know it. I know for a fact that that evil-ass shadow company had that statement drafted up. But unfortunately, the higher-ups at Elf got cold feet. And instead, they just put out this weak-ass statement apologizing for missing the mark. Absolutely shameful. Shame on Elf. Not because they tried to do this whole rage bait advertising campaign, but because they didn't even have the cojones to see it through. Everything was going according to plan, okay? Everyone was pissed at them for having Matt Rife in the commercial. There were people debating in the TikTok comment section. People saying you're too sensitive. People saying you're not sensitive enough. I mean, let me put you guys on to a little bit of this backlash. For more on this, let's go to James, not Charles.
Elf has spent years building a reputation of empowering women. They've run multiple empowerment campaigns, worked very closely with women's charities, and even platformed survivors' rights activists in the Show Yourself series. Matt Rife is the comedian who opened his Netflix special, which he somehow got, with a DV joke. Joking about a woman with a black eye and how she wouldn't have it if she just knew how to cook, or whatever the shit joke was. And a lot of comments I see on other creators' videos about this issue is that, well, it's dark comedy. But people can find dark comedy funny. It's not about banning jokes. It's about brand alignment. If your whole thing is about empowering and uplifting women, choosing someone whose most viral moment makes fun of abuse sends a completely different message to the one they've been trying to build.
Yeah, regardless of how you feel about Matt Rife, it's just a terrible fit for this brand. It doesn't make any sense why he would be in this commercial, but that's the point. The point is that it doesn't make sense. They wanted Matt Rife out there talking about red flags, knowing that he is the red flag.
Call me.
They wanted him to be out there being the face of a company that like a year ago was talking about needing more diversity in corporate boardrooms. They knew it was going to go down like this. They knew it was going to cause an uproar, a discourse, but that was the intention. Because to these ghouls, outrage equals attention, and attention equals money. Let me read to you from an article about this controversy. Social media is a magnet for people being outraged, said Alan Adamson, co-founder of marketing agency Metaforce. Jesus Christ, man. Whether that outrage stops them from double-clicking on Elf Cosmetics or going to buy American Eagle jeans, there's not always a direct link. People love to stand on their soapboxes on social media. They're still likely wearing American Eagle. In the case of Rife, though, Adamson said, any publicity is good publicity. If you play too safe, you're invisible. Most marketing leaders would probably rather be noticed and apologize or dig out of it later than be invisible. Well, Alan, the problem with your theory is that it's dumb as shit. Because there's not a single woman who wasn't previously buying Elf products that is now going to go out and buy Elf products because of Matt Rife. There was outrage about this, but it was outrage without substance. It was rage bait with no constituency besides fans of Matt Rife. Which are there many fans of Matt Rife, 80% of whom are women? Of course. However, I don't think they come to him for advice on beauty products. There's no synergy. You didn't actually create emotions that would rally people to your defense, like by invoking a social or a political issue. You just put this cheese dick on screen and went, ooh, look how edgy we're being. F off. And that's why I have nothing else to say on this Elf controversy, because I have no respect for people who half-ass their rage bait. It's insulting. If you're gonna try and gaslight your audience, you gotta go all the way. And that's where Sydney Sweeney comes in.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body? Wash.
Oh, Sydney Sweeney. I defended your bathwater soap, and this is how you repay me. By doing this weird-ass jeans commercial.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My jeans are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great jeans.
See, now we're getting somewhere. When I think of what I'm looking for in a pair of jeans, the number one thing I'm considering is whether or not that jeans company has done a eugenics-themed commercial in the past, and the gaslighting deployed by American Eagle to make anyone who questions why this ad is so weird seem like they themselves are the weird one is so diabolical to the point you just have no choice but to respect it. First of all, that original ad I just showed you, they took that down everywhere. They don't have that up anywhere anymore. They have this alternate ad up now on all their socials. So if people Google Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ad, they get this new ad, which is nowhere near as weird as that first one.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that?
And so if you're talking to someone and they're like, dude, I don't know, the ad seemed fine to me, it's probably because you're not even talking about the same ad anymore. Like, yeah, okay, that shit's a little corny, but like in the usual Sydney Sweeney sultry voice, you're such a good boy kind of way. Not the, weirdo race scientist way. And it is weird, okay? Don't let anyone tell you it's not a little weird. But the thing is, these absolute animals at Shadow or American Eagle or whoever's calling the shots here have perfectly manicured this outrage to the point that if you were to state the obvious, that like, kind of weird, right? You seem delusional. And the rage baiting gets even deeper. Here was the official response from American Eagle about the backlash to this campaign. Sydney Sweeney has great jeans isn't always was about the jeans. Her jeans, her story. We'll continue to celebrate how everyone wears their AE jeans with confidence their way. Great jeans look good on everyone. Sydney Sweeney has great jeans has always been about the jeans. Again, let me play you that ad one more time, and you tell me if she's talking about denim.
Jeans are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
Yeah, she was talking about her blue jeans. Sure. And that's what I'm saying, dude. These absolute legends over at Shadow, they have me boxed in here, dude. I went months without talking about this ad because I just refused to do it. Because I know the only way to beat these people is to not talk about it. They don't care if you're pro or anti the ad. They just want you to talk about it. They want you to think about it. They want you to watch TikToks about other people talking about it. They love the 10 million headlines and Reddit threads and TikToks where some people call it Nazi propaganda. They love the fact that the president of the United States is weighing in, the vice president, the White House. I mean, this became a culture war issue where for 2 weeks Fox News was playing around-the-clock coverage of the Sydney Sweeney like it was a developing hostage crisis. This situation of Sydney Sweeney being canceled by the left. Because this shit is catnip for the masses. I mean, you just can't help yourself but weigh in. And it's infecting every facet of media, traditional and social media. Here is an actual headline for an article I saw yesterday in the Financial Times, an outlet that, covers financial markets. Opinion. For those used to her softer sensibilities, Taylor Swift's current lifestyle is giving MAGA energy. It's brazen, proud, and 10-carat garish. It's Ralph Lauren and USA. Fellas, is it MAGA coded to get engaged to someone you love? Spoiler alert, no it's f***ing not, but hey, I bet you felt the need to write a comment when you saw a headline that stupid. And that's what I mean by this is the new meta. Not just in advertising, but anywhere you are on the internet. Whatever you're doing, you have to just piss people off for attention. Whatever you're doing, just make sure you stake out a social or political angle to it in a way that is both egregious but also sly and underhanded, such that if someone were to call you out on what you're implying, they themselves would appear to be the terminally online loser. Do you get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Why this is so impressive? Because to engage in the debate is to lose the debate. We are beyond the Andrew Tate era of saying just ridiculous things to get attention. Now it's there's more finesse to it now. You know what I mean? There's more finesse. These companies are trying to create the perfect feedback loop of anger. And I have no idea if it actually sells any jeans, but I will say this. It is successful in making me even less likely to use social media because I am tired of seeing this shit on my feed. It's exhausting, and I know why this flywheel keeps spinning, because frankly it serves the interests of those in power. When people are yelling at each other over a jeans ad, instead of, asking the question, where are them files at, Where are those files at? So I refuse to engage in this as an actual debate. I mean, pro or anti-jeans ad, I think you're all losing. I'm merely lamenting the fact that this is where we are as a country. That gaslighting your prospective customers is now a legitimate business strategy. And I think we're gonna be seeing a lot more of this. I mean, that elf ad wasn't the only transparent attempt to try and recreate the jeans ad controversy. There was also that Dunkin' Donuts ad with Gavin from The Summer I Turned Pretty, which tried to rage bait, but frankly was so nonsensical, I think it just confused people more than anything.
Look, I didn't ask to be the king of summer. It just kind of happened. This tan? Genetics. I just got my color analysis back. Guess what? Golden summer, literally. I can't help it. Every time I drink a Dunkin' Golden Hour Refresher, it's like the sun just finds me.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the sauce. And again, I just think we're gonna see a lot more of this kind of stuff before people get bored of it. I mean, just look at the Cracker Barrel rebrand, for Christ's sake. I mean, if there's one thing you can learn from JoJo Siwa, it's that an awful rebrand is certainly one way to get clicks. But with the Cracker Barrel rebrand, again, everything is like a cultural moment now. If you can create a cultural moment, like the entirety of conservative media weighing in on your rebrand to say it's a woke DEI rebrand. The CEO of Cracker Barrel is on the phone with the White House thanking them for the president weighing in on them reversing the rebrand. And I get it. I get why this works, because now all the Fox News boomers are headed over to Cracker Barrel to declare victory on the woke Cracker Barrel supporters. And again, to be fair, that rebrand did look like shit. I mean, it looks like something that they put together in MS Paint in 15 minutes. But the quote-unquote division that the rebrand created was completely artificial. But because it appears to keep working, at least in the short term, I'm sure we're gonna see more companies trying this stuff. Just divide and conquer, piss off 60% of people, but in a way that makes the other 40% want to come support you. I swear to God, before this is over, we're gonna have like Chris Pratt, Sig Heiling, and Levi's, you know, and I'm not gonna comment on it. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing like planned failed rebrands coming up, like where brands introduce a rebrand knowing that they're gonna plan to take it back just so they can like performatively declare victory over wokeness or whatever. And you know, maybe this does work momentarily, but at the end of the day, as I've always said, the only way to actually build a brand is to deliver. Consistency, quality, respect for your customers. I know, I'm talking like a 90-year-old right now, but listen, you might be able to get a few morons in the door because you owned the libs once or some but those people are here today and gone tomorrow. So I'm not buying it. If you are planning a marketing campaign that is clearly designed to like spark a conversation or some bullshit, whatever you're selling, I'm good. If you cannot sell your product without emotional manipulation, then whatever you're selling must not be that good. And I hope more people come away with that in the long term instead of just like, what did American Eagle mean by this jeans ad? It should be damn. So American Eagle can't sell jeans anymore without trying to piss people off. So enjoy that bump in your stock price, guys. We'll see how long that lasts. But I can't imagine it'll be long. And in the meantime, the lasting impression that people are gonna have of your 50-year-old jeans brand is Sydney Sweeney breathily talking about eye color like she just had a lobotomy. But I digress. I'm never talking about Sydney Sweeney's ads ever again, no matter what horrific expression of late-stage capitalism she signs up for next. I mean, one more ad from her, guys, and I might be signing up for a lobotomy myself.